Tell me the story.
I was lying in bed. I'd just woken up. The window was open and I could feel this warm breeze blowing in on my face. And the sky was this amazing shade of blue, like electric blue. Oh, and I knew that it was fall and that days like this would be fewer and further between. And I thought, I just can't get up today. All I want out of life is to stay curled up in this perfect bed with this perfect breeze on this perfect morning. So that's what I did. Until the phone rang, and I said hello, and my mother said to me, "Get up," with a panic in her voice I had never heard.
Tell me the story.
I was already at work. I'd gone in early to put the finishing touches on a big presentation I had to do at 9. I closed my office door so that no one would bother me, and I guess I got caught up in it and totally lost track of time. When I realized it was 10 after, I freaked out and went running down the hall to the conference room, thinking what an idiot I was. I was still running through the Rolodex of excuses for being late in my head when I burst in, apologizing up and down. It took me a minute to realize that there were twice as many people in there as usual, and not one of them was looking at me. They were all just staring at a television.
I was in the car. I had just dropped the kids off at school, and I had a humongous list of things to do that day. Bank, post office, grocery store, pay the mortgage, pay the electric, pay the car insurance, cook, do laundry, clean a little bit if I had the time. I was so stressed out. It all seemed like so much. I hit a traffic light and went to change the station on the radio, and the music stopped right in the middle of a song. And the DJ started talking.
That's when my mother said, "Turn on the television right now."
That's when I realized people were crying.
That's when I thought, this cannot be real.
Tell me where.
I was in my classroom, freshman English, reading aloud to my students from To Kill a Mockingbird. There was no hurry, for there was nowhere to go. Nothing to buy, no money to buy it with, nothing to see outside the boundaries of Macomb County. But it was a time of vague optimism for some of the people. Macomb County had recently been told that it had nothing to fear but fear itself. It's funny now. That happened to be the exact line I was reading. The very last words I heard before the principal came over the loudspeaker.
Tell me.
I was putting gas in my car, just leaning up against the trunk when I thought I heard something, and I looked up.
I was watching the morning show when all of a sudden the news broke in. I remember thinking, now that's weird. Did the news just interrupt the news?
I was in an electronics store. I needed a new keyboard for my computer. I saw all these people walking over the TVs and this employee changing every one to the same channel.
I was pulling through the toll booth, and when I handed the woman my money, she was crying, and she asked me if I heard. I thought, oh man, who died?
That's when I knew something was
something
wrong.
was wrong.
That's when I knew.
I thought, my God.
I didn't see it. By the time I turned on the TV, it was just smoke.
The smoke.
So when I pulled past the toll
calls an
booth, I
assembly
reached
and we
down
take
and I
a case
turned
down
the
the
radio
radio.
on,
television,
and the DJ
when
was
your mother
on.
tells
I
us
was
something,
thinking,
that's
that's
what
what
it
it
was.
was.
Could have been.
So I
did.
did.
And I called me. So I just moved on to the next station. I turned it up even more. So typically I drive 80, 85 miles an hour like everybody else, and that was it.
The stories have different lyrics, but they are taken from the same verse of the same song. Alone, the words are powerful, but they trickle forward carefully, hesitantly, as though postponing their release will somehow reverse the past, stop whatever was from what is. But spoken together, without reluctance, without hesitation, there is dissonance. And the words rush forward like a torrent, gathering strength as they go. People are like that. Powerful in their own right, but stronger when they connect. So in times of suffering, in times when we are afraid, we search out for others to connect to. And out of this search rises those of us who have the courage to stand the tallest, so that the rest of us can find them.
They serve this country honorably. These people are strong and blessed, never ones to compromise. They strive to be the best. This nation is the land they love to honor and obey, qualities that make someone a hero for today. And the silent cheering of the crowd somehow tells them that we're proud. And as we bend our knees to pray, may we find a way to say thanks to a hero for today. When you stand for freedom, you sometimes stand alone, defending our America on shores so